Hey guys, it's Jade. So I'm here for another Let's Have a Chats video, and I don't think I have like a lot to talk about today, but maybe just like about like three things, or maybe just like two things. I think about like two things. No, not my three. Oh, sorry, but yeah. So first thing I want to talk about is Amber. Um, like basically, I think maybe a couple weeks ago she had posted something on her Instagram just basically saying, she feel like she's getting taken advantage of, and and alluded things to like that on with SM and stuff like that. And recently, maybe about like a week or so ago, she had posted something on her Instagram again, just basically saying, she's fed up, she's tired, she's wondering when she's going to be able to just, you know, do her thing as an artist and stuff like that. So honestly, like seeing this stuff, um, I wouldn't be surprised if Amber left. Just on the simple fact, I think she's just tired of just being like a sitting duck. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a Minzy situation where like, you know, in somewhat of a Minzy situation, it's just like, she's sitting here and she has talent, and she makes music and stuff like that, which on her own, but it's just not getting really released by SM. I mean, she did some stuff for SM Station and she had her mini album, but that's it. And honestly, I've always felt that like FX has were like the the redheaded stepchildren of SM. I mean, like you see other groups, they get a bunch of comebacks. They have like and then members get solos and stuff like that, and concerts and shit like that, depending on which solo you're talking about. But what I'm saying, just like things like that. Whereas FX don't get those things. I mean, it took them 7 years to get a fucking fandom name, and like seriously, there's people who get a fucking fandom name like before they even start. Before they even debut, they already sometimes they even have a fandom name. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's insane how like out of all these groups, FX it took them that long for them just to get it. It's not that hard. Just come up with a name and that's it. It did not take 7 years to come up with a fucking fandom name. And they finally had like their solo concert after like 7 fucking years. And I think and it wasn't even like a tour really, because I mean they did like a couple shows in Korea, and I think they made it like a couple shows in Japan. But like when you think of a tour, you're thinking you're doing multiple countries and multiple, stuff like that, like doing shit over in the States or in Europe. But like they only just was just in Korea and Japan. I'm like, okay, SM. So I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like that's maybe one of the reasons why Sully left. I mean, I feel like she probably left because she just got tired of just always having people just on her neck with everything she did, in her personal life. And then I think she just got tired of just, just like Amber just being just sitting there, just like, okay, what the fuck are we going to do now? You know what I'm saying? So, but honestly, I feel like Amber is really like at her wit's end with SM, and I really do feel like at a one point she's gonna just say fuck it and just go. And honestly, I feel like Amber, I always say this, I'd rather you leave and be happy than stay and be miserable. You know what I'm saying? So obviously being at SM and just having your talent wasted is not making you happy. It's not making money in your pocket. You got to eat. You know what I'm saying? you know, you got bills to pay too. So it's like, I just feel like it's just really unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I know like Jessie has said stuff about her company um, as well with her last comeback. Eric Nam has said stuff about his company. Henry has said stuff about SM. So it's just really unfortunate that, these companies, they sign these solo acts, but then they don't do nothing with them. And the same thing with groups too. Like they'll have a group and they'll have like sporadic ass comebacks if they have like comebacks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's just unfortunate that these people's talent is just going to waste and stuff like that. So like I said, I wish nothing but the best for Amber. But I said if it just comes out that says that she left SM, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. I'll be sad because, you know, SM is my second favorite girl group, but being in a situation that she's in, I wouldn't blame her if she left. I really wouldn't. You know, I feel like she can just take her talent somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe take the indie route. I don't know, but like I said, I wish her nothing but the best. And next, I want to talk about Produce 101. Child, this show is a fucking mess and hasn't even started yet. I think the show was supposed to air, the first episode was supposed to air April 7th. But ever since they had, even before they had even announced any contestants, there was already drama because companies were saying, you know, different companies, so like SMYG, JYP, Starship, Cube, like other companies saying that they weren't going to send any trainees, but we all know that YG has sent 2 models, and I think Starship sent 1 or 2 trainees, but I think Cube may have sent a couple, I'm not sure, but you know what I'm saying, that they were trying to find people to actually be on the fucking show. And then now that, you know, they did that, then the next drama, I think if I'm not mistaken, was all this drama with the you know, some of the contestants, you know, and they're like back history coming to bite them in the ass, and one dude done left, and another dude was like accused of like imitating, you know, GD for profit, and you know, a bunch of other shit. So it just all of a sudden, just like all these, you know, contestants, you know, stuff they did years ago came back to haunt them now that they're on the show. And now there's, you know, stories going around that like some of the contestants are getting mistreated. So basically how they're doing like a grade, like a grading period. So like, so how I think from how they're doing it, so like from what's that's been going on, it said that like I guess when the boys are like eating or something like that, so like basically the people like in the A group get all the good shit, and everyone that's like in the, you know, maybe like D or F, you know, they get like the scraps and shit like that. So it's kind of like punishment, but which I call it kind of bullshit. It's like, seriously, is it really that serious? The fact that, you know, these people, they get to eat, you know, what basically what they want, but then because I'm in the F group, I gotta get like rice and some shit. That's it? That's all I eat? Really? Like the fuck? And then now, since that came out, now it's coming out that like people from Mnet are kind of like, you know, investigating or kind of like interrogating the contestants, saying who snitched and shit like that. I'm just like this. If y'all wasn't doing some fuck shit, you wouldn't have people snitching on you. It's that you know, it's that simple. If you weren't out here treating these boys, you know, all fucking, it's just the whole setup to me is weird. It's funny because I do not remember any drama from last season with all them girls. I had not heard any drama. So all of a sudden the show hasn't even started for season 2, and it's already just riddled with drama. And the show hasn't even started yet. I think the show starts next week. Like, I think it's supposed to start the 7th, so like next week. And I'm just like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's just, and I'm surprised that like these companies haven't pulled their trainees out of the fucking show. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, yes, these, you know, these boys are getting exposure, but at the end of the day, once this shit is over, they're still gonna be trainees. You know what I'm saying? Look at fucking like IOI. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only group, like only some of the members, I think, I don't remember who from Pledis Girls were on. I know like only one I could think of is Pinky, but Princeton just debuted. But like these other trainees, they haven't debuted yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, oh no, sorry. I think some was in the group. So like, I think there was one that was in CLC, like one was in CLC, and like a couple that was in DIA. But those groups had already debuted. But I'm talking about like the groups that haven't debuted yet. So like, even though, you know, they were doing this IOI stuff, once the IOI was over, they went back to being trainees. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's exposure for them, and people get to know who they are and see their talent. That's cool, but they're not automatically debuting once the show is over. So it's kind of just going back to square one once the show is over. And, you know, I just don't, I just don't understand this whole, like, I mean, like, seriously, how many times, like, how many groups are we gonna have to debut? And it's like all these other groups, and it's just like, it's just, I feel like just the K-pop is starting to get oversaturated. It's just like every time you turn around, it's another group. It's a, you know, whether it's like a huge member boy group, a huge little girl group, like where are the duos? Where are the solo artists? Where's the trio? Like, I don't even know if there's a trio anymore. Like, I can't think of anyone that's like a trio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with 4 people? Why does it have to be like 6, 7 plus members? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. And, you know, and I feel like they're all going to be doing like the same thing. Like, I don't really see like the difference. But okay. But yeah, so it's just fucked up how like this show is just like just drowning in drama, and it hasn't even started yet. So you already know once this show starts, it's gonna have like its highest ratings on Mnet, because all the drama and everyone wants to see what the first episode is going to be like. So everyone's going to be tuning in. Shit, I might as well watch. I mean, I just want to see what the hell's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I don't do survival shows, but just hearing all this drama, it's just like I gotta see what this shit is about. Like, I have to check it out. Like, I don't really have a favorite. I mean, only one I know besides like NU'EST members and like WJC members, and I know like one member from Top Dog and Samuel, but I can't think of any other, you know, trainees. But I'm not really like rooting for anyone just yet. I'd have to see. But yeah, I might as well just check this show out to see like what the hell the fuss is about. So yeah. So that's enough of that. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is this whole Jimin situation. Okay, so basically everyone knows what's going on. It's just some chick out here sending death threats to Jimin. And it's just like, this is 2015 all over again. I do not remember what happened back in 2015. BTS came to the States for the Red Bullet tour. So this was like BTS's first tour. Like, they performed in America before, because they did KCON in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And they had did like their little showcase when they was doing American Hustle Life, but the Red Bull tour was like their actual tour because they had like multiple dates and stuff like that. So it was a big deal. So we already know the tour had kicked off in New York, and the show ended up getting cut short because someone had sent a death threat to Namjoon over Twitter. So the show got cut short, and to this day I don't think a lot of the people had got compensated for the high touch that they paid for, that they did end up getting, which is really fucked up. Because honestly, I think like the same thing happened with the stuff that happened after the fact. Because after the Red Bullet tour happened, they came back a couple months later and they did like this kind of like the showcase kind of thing. The whole setup for the show was kind of weird because you had to buy like a t-shirt or some bullshit like that, and I like the whole thing was weird. It wasn't like a fan meet, it wasn't like a concert. I don't know what the fuck it was. I didn't go, but I know that like the drama, there was like drama in every city except for Canada. I don't know if it was Toronto, Vancouver, or anything like that, but I know like Atlanta was hella drama because it rained and they oversold the tickets or the t-shirts, and there was like 100+ people outside in the rain for hours, and people were pissed. Like, literally, you can look it up. There's people going off, and I don't think that those people got compensated for their shit either, which is fucked up. Because the fact that they were literally outside in the rain, and they didn't even get to go to the show, nor did they get to go see BTS, which is really fucked up. But so that was kind of what happened in 2015, and now, you know, now that they're out here in the States, you already know, last week, they was in Newark, so now they're in Chicago, and the Chicago show is tomorrow, and then after that, the 1st and the 2nd was in LA, and that's the last 2 days before they go back to Korea. And it's like, basically this chick is on Twitter sending death threats to Jimin, you know, posting pictures of guns and showing, you know, telling people this is where she gonna sit at, and she got 2 people with her to, you know, pull off this fucking, basically like this assassination or this crazy shit. And she's like posting pictures of like, you know, slaughtered pigs and crazy shit. And so of course, you know, armies, they're not gonna go for that shit. So they reported her. She got her Twitter suspended, and now Big Hit has been notified. So has the, you know, the venue in Chicago and in LA. So now they done beefed up security in both cities now, which is fucked up because, you know, you got this one hating ass bitch that just gotta ruin it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So now for the Chicago show, in the LA show, they say you can't have cameras, selfie sticks, oversized book bags, and they're probably gonna be digging all up in y'all bags, which is fucked up. I mean, like, normally, like, they'll just, like, look in it, poke around, and they just, you know, you're going about the business. But now that they're saying that someone, like, is, like, threatening to kill someone, I feel like the process for security is going to take even longer now because they got to make sure that no one has anything dangerous on them. So I just feel bad for everyone going to the Chicago show and the LA shows because of this one stupid cunt. And yes, I said cunt because she is a cunt, because just this whole thing is just, it's unnecessary, and all just because you don't like them. Like, it's cool, you don't have to like everybody, but it goes from not liking someone to threatening people's lives. That's a whole nother ball game. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I feel like these people are not about that life. They're not about to put hands on nobody. They're just blowing smoke. But at the same time, you can't take shit like that lightly, because how shit is nowadays in the world, you never fucking know. So it's really fucked up. And I feel like part of me feels like, you know, I feel like Big Hit is like, they probably thinking like, this is the second time this has happened, and this has happened with 2 members. Like, this is the second time they came to America to do a tour, and all of a sudden there's always just gotta be some drama. Like, they just can never come here, do what they gotta do, and leave. It's gotta be some bullshit. Like, nothing happened in Mexico, nothing happened in Brazil, at least I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Or like in South America, because I know they had like Chile and Brazil shows. Like, I don't think anything really happened there. But every time they come to America, it's on some shit that ends up being real serious, which is like really fucking aggravating. Because they could be like, you know what, this is getting too much. They could not have them come back here, because, you know, every time they come here, it's always something that happens. You know, someone's life could be in fucking danger because some stupid ass anti-fan or whatever the fuck. So they could seriously just be like, look, we ain't coming back to America, because unless they just like beef up fucking security, which is fucking aggravating, because like, you know, it's just like, damn, like, that's so unnecessary. The fact that like, that's what's probably going to happen now. So it's either they don't come back here, or when they do come back to America, they're going to have just way more security than they did before. And it's fucked up because, you know, people out here, you know, just want to be hateful ass people and do stupid shit like threaten to kill people over social media, which is fucking ridiculous. And it's like, it's annoying. It's not even just BTS. I mean, what was it, 2015? That someone had threatened to blow up the venue that Big Bang was supposed to perform at in either Malaysia or Singapore, if like Big Bang had beat EXO during one of those music shows, and people threatening Chewie because of the whole thing that happened with her, and just other shit. It's like, why you got, like, it's like I said, you don't have to like everyone. You know what I'm saying? But it's you're crossing the line when you're threatening people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole, it's just taken to a whole nother level that doesn't even have to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really fucked up that like not only BTS but just idols period have to go through this shit. Like they can't just do their music and perform and just do shit for their fans without someone doing some fuck shit. They gotta like ruin it for everybody. So like I said, it's just really annoying because it's just like it's all over my Tumblr, it's all over my Google Plus, it's all over fucking, you know, people keep making YouTube videos about it. So I keep seeing it and it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like people just can't come and perform and just go back home. You know what I'm saying? Like why does it have to be some fuck shit? Which is annoying. It's really aggravating. I'm glad that nothing happened when I was at the show, but it's just I just feel bad for everyone going to the next few shows, like Chicago. Cause I know people going to Chicago, and I know there's, you know, people going to LA. So it's just like, damn, man, why you gotta like rain on people's parades, like. So yeah, it's just really fucked up. But I'm glad that like the Twitter, the hashtag that ARMY's made is like it was like trending worldwide and stuff like that. And the fact that it's like making like this whole situation is making like headlines, like it made headlines in Korea, it's making headlines on other news outlets, so like everyone's talking about it. So you already know there's probably some Korean armies just looking at, you know, American fans side eyes as fuck. Like they probably haven't done that shit before, but it's just really fucked up. It's really fucked up. But yeah, I'm hoping things go well. I'm hoping that, you know, everyone enjoys themselves. I'm hoping that, you know, nothing else happens of this when, you know, they go to Chicago tomorrow, and then when they go to you know, LA, and you know, a few days after that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like I said, just be safe, guys, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be out of here, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.